Hi, we have another song, Collapsing Earth by AGERA. This song was sent in by the community, so let's have a listen. Record, play. Thunder, acoustic guitars. A bit cinematic, theatrical intro. Bass guitar. Some strings going on. Very bright recording of the acoustic guitar. Bass. Okay. Okay. Ah, flip. Flipping the rhythm around. That's a lot of polyrhythm going on. A lot of different signatures. Back vocals. There's so many rhythmical elements going on. Double kick, drummer having fun. Nice. Another guitar on top, a lead guitar. Ooh, so many things going on. Really hard to pick them out. Other elements. Female back vocalist, the same vocalist doing a double. Okay. All right. That was Collapsing Earth by AGERA. First of all, disclaimer, this kind of music is not up my alley, so I don't fully understand it. So whatever I'm saying is probably like, I don't know, a 5-year-old child talking about driving a car. So I don't know much about it, so I'm having trouble compiling any true comment on this. But in terms of arrangements, what I could pick out in the first listen, we have an intro, then we have a double verse. So first instrumental verse, then we have a verse with vocals, then we have a chorus, again double thing. It goes down to a breakdown. The breakdown is only the bass guitar and the kick drum. There's a flip of the rhythm in between. And then there's kind of like a max out with the song when there's basically a chorus, but the lead guitar takes, the lead in the song. It gets very dominant, very much up front. The rhythm guitar still stay there, multiple rhythm guitars, bass and a double kick, just killing it out. And then the cool down at the end with slightly different vocal melodies, with back vocals also being present, and all the way to the outro. That's about it. In terms of energy levels, I didn't really write them down as I was going. Let me just go through real quick. Yeah, so it starts kind of soft at about level 2 or 3 in the intro. One minute in, minute and a half, we got directly to about 7. And then we add on top vocals. Kind of the verse and the chorus is, in terms of energy, is almost the same. Some back vocals happening, but makes a little bit more. Then we go to a break. To this break, yeah. So here's a bass break. Again, playing around with rhythmic elements, polyrhythms, one on top of each other. Fine. And then we go to double pedal and to a strong lead guitar. The probably here is the maximum energy levels. And then it goes down a little bit. all the way to the outro, yeah. And the outro is back down to basically 2. So energy levels starting with 2, going to 7 and 8, around there, maxing out with the lead guitar at the end at 9, and then going back down. In terms of mixing, again, disclaimer, I'm not experienced in mixing this kind of genres, but I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but for me the vocal is a little too outside the mix. So in terms of volume, I think it's appropriate volume, maybe even 1, maybe 2 dB too loud. It could be brought down a little bit, but it should be glued with the mix a little bit more. I think you have a nice mix with a lot of things basically, and the vocal is like sitting on top, and it's not really glued together with the mix. For me, for my ears, for my taste, that would be something that I would look into, or I would mix that differently. And similar situation happens at the maximum energy levels when you have a lead guitar. Again, it's so dominant, so strong, for me a little bit too much. But honestly, again, this is a 5 years old kid talking about driving a car or an airplane. This genre is not my genre. It's not something that I listen to. It's not something I'm familiar with. So my comments here are just, yeah, well, actually it is just a reaction of me to the song, hearing it for the first time. I'm wondering what's the, so many drum signatures going on there. So many things happening. It kind of reminds me of, like the Dream Theater and stuff. But it's really hard to follow the pattern. Although I am a drummer, so I do understand all these things, but it's getting hard to track what's going on. And that is probably great if you listen to the song like 10 times and you know what's going to happen a little bit and you get the feel for the song. For the first listen, it's very demanding. That's just my experience with it. In terms of mixing, I think it's mixed really well, with the exception of vocals being a little bit too loud, or just not really mixed well with everything else. That's totally subjective thing, so just my opinion. Don't take this too seriously. Oh, by the way, I really liked the sound of a snare drum. So the snare was coming through real nice for all those things. And also I would say it was nicely mixed on the cymbals. They're like a little recessed. Maybe it was a high roll-off, so not so much high energy there, so above 8, 9, 10K. I think it was pushed down either by choosing microphones to do that, placing the microphones to do that, or just purely using EQ. But that kind of gives a little breathing room to other instruments, and especially to the vocal. So I think there's room to improve on the vocal going forward. Anyway, that's it from this session. Feel free to comment below. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I have no business commenting on metal songs, which is kind of true. If you do like this kind of things, subscribe. Oh yeah, we do need to check the credits. So Collapsing Earth, the artist is AGERA, album is Prime, released in 2018. All right, until the next time, bye.